if there's anything I'm going to say from my final thought is that, you know, if you're criticizing somebody for who they date, if you're trying to limit that person to date within their culture, you're a racist yourself because you can't control a person like that. People are allowed to have preferences. I have a lot of preferences that I'm going to keep. You may have a lot of preferences that you're going to keep. But somebody dating outside their race and what they do to their for their own choices has nothing to do with the culture, has nothing to do with the race. Mind your business. Go about your business, right? Let your own outcomes decide one's fate. But you can't label somebody because they date a white person or they date a Filipino person or they don't want to date a black person. They don't like it. They're allowed to. And it's okay. They just don't like you. But it's all right to date outside your and have no opinion about it. None. You shouldn't have any opinion. It's none of your business. That person found who they want to find. They love who they want to love based on that. People always say, well, you marry the family. No, I'm marrying you. And if your family has an issue with me just because of my color, but they don't know me as a person, that's on them. My job is not to change them. And neither is your job. You're marrying the person. That's all I'm going to say on that.
None of us have the power to tell anyone who they can and cannot be with simply because of the color of their skin or the culture that they live in. Love who you love, and everybody is mixed with everything. So, this whole interracial dating is just dumb to me. We are the biggest melting pot in the world. S- Let people love who they love. It is not your business, it is not your concern. And to keep it real, it's really arrogant of you to think that your opinion should matter about a situation that A, you didn't create, and two, you are not in. Let people live and let live, man. That's my final
And
thought.
you, whoever you choose to marry, date, or whatever, it's on you, the individual. As long as you respect other people's culture, other people's the way they were raised and grew up, and value your own, you shouldn't have a problem. Because when you value yourself, it speaks volumes. Because now you can teach the other cultures how you are and how you move, versus you just gravitating towards someone else and trying to understand them and not necessarily coming to grips with who you are. That's all I got to say.
All right. So I think date and marry who you want. Just don't let who you date or marry make you think you're better than other people. Okay. I think in that is a level of responsibility. It doesn't have anything to do with culture or anything. It has more to do with just being a respectful human being. As long as you don't talk down on the people from which you come from based on who you chose to spend um, your life with or date or spend your time with, I think that's the main thing. It's not being disrespectful to those that support you, that dignify who you are as a person. Date and marry who you want. Just don't let who you marry and date make you think you're better than other people. That's my point.
Anybody see the new Star Trek movie with Chris Pine in it? In the very first opening scene, he's fooling around with some green chick. Hello, fellow space travelers. If you think you're in America, I'd like you to zoom out and you'll realize that you're on an organic spacecraft that is spinning at about 1,000 miles an hour while orbiting the sun at about 15,000 miles an hour in a solar system that is moving 50,000 miles an hour through the galaxy, which is moving at like 500,000 miles through the universe. And all of that being said, we're down here arguing over color of pigmentation, and that seems highly absurd to me. So marry who you want, be who you want. You're all gonna die anyway. Have a great day.
How am I supposed to follow that? Anyway, um, marrying dating outside of your race or culture. If that's something that you choose to do, then that is on you. Don't let people dictate to you what you decide to do with your life at the end of the day. If you decide to date in your race, if you decide to date outside of your race or culture, There are going to be some pros and there are going to be some cons. There are going to be some good things that you're going to grow or that you're going to benefit from dating inside of your race, and there are going to be some cons of dating outside of your race. So, like at the end of the day, there are pros and cons to both. Just be understanding that just having a marriage or dating in general is hard. So when you add extra layers to it, sometimes they may get harder. At the end of the day, can both of you two work together to come to an understanding so both of you understand where you want the relationship to be? Can you guys respect each other? And at the end of the day, if all of those things can be done, then choose who you want to date and marry, and screw what else anybody else has to say. I think I got it out.
Yeah, I think it was all said. I mean, just I agree. I think it doesn't really matter who a person selects to do this thing called life with. Um, I do believe that it's important that that we make sure that we understand that it's our family values, it's our core values that actually lead us along the belief system that we actually have in our selection criteria. So as long as we're believing the same thing, as long as we respect each other's differences, as long as we're open to learning about each other's culture and respect each other's respect each other's parents upbringings, things of that nature, I think it'll all pan itself out. Enjoy the ride and learn. That's it.